Money FM 89.3. Best of Friday Night Live. Thank Fitness It's Friday.
Alrighty, and welcome to yet another episode of Thank Fitness It's Friday. You're here with me, Dan Cole and Neil Humphreys on the Friday Night Live. And this week, it's an exciting one for both Neil and myself, because I've got a lot of pet peeves when it comes to using the gym, right?
This is a good one.
Yes.
This is a good one.
I would like to keep all of you chiming in your answers and perhaps what you think annoys you the most in the gym. 8855-0893. Text us and tell us what you think annoys you the most about gym users. It could be anything from grunts to the right gym attire, whatever the case may be. Let's put it out there for everyone to learn.
And this was kicked off because I very sneakily, and I don't normally do this, but I filmed someone in the gym. Can I say what they were, or are you going to save that for your...
Okay, let me start with the first point first.
Okay, so I filmed him.
Yes.
I didn't film him. I sent a video to him of someone in the gym that was driving me mad.
Yes.
And then he said, right, that's it. I'm going to do a segment just on this.
We're going to do a sequel. And that brings me to my first point, Neil.
Yes.
Proper footwear.
Yes.
We're getting right into it. That was the video that Neil sent me earlier this week of this kid apparently wearing a pair of Crocs to a
people.
gym.
Crocs.
Yeah.
And he was doing dumbbell lifting. And I was this close to picking up a 15 kg dumbbell and just walking past him and accidentally dropping it on his Crocs. And see how his Crocs help him then. And you'll see how toothless and useless those Crocs are in a gym.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Okay. But you know what? He's right in every point and every case that you've mentioned.
Thank you.
Because proper footwear is important. Because at the end of the day, if you have a pair of weights that accidentally just drop us on your foot, you can get badly injured. I've known of people who have broken their toes just because a weight just fell on their foot, right? Or they've fractured their legs. And that usually is a very avoidable situation, right? So proper footwear isn't just about fashion. At the end of the day, it's about functionality and safety, right? Running shoes for the treadmill, flat shoes for lifting, and no flip-flops, no slippers, no anything that's like open.
Open-toed.
Yeah, open-toed. We don't want that, all right? And here's the thing. You'll be surprised to see how many people still wear that.
Amazing.
Right? It's staggering. I mean, even the kinds where... Have you seen those shoes where they've got like the little toes sticking out?
Yes.
I think those are like climbing shoes, right?
Those weird platypus kind of
That's the one, yeah.
Everyone looks like a platypus.
Yeah, the webbed-looking ones, yeah. Even those, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I feel like that is also not as appropriate to use in a gym.
Yeah.
I feel like they're proper footwears for proper places. I mean, if you're going to wear, say, for example, a pair of boots, I would very much rather you wear that than a pair of slippers.
Yeah. There's a woman in my gym. She always takes her shoes off completely.
Oh, yeah.
She's barefooted because her argument is she's doing stretching, she's doing some yoga type stuff. But people are walking past her with heavy weights and equipment and all the rest of it.
You never know if they drop it on you.
And frankly, we're sharing those mats, those yoga mats. We share them in the gym. I don't want your sweaty, stinky feet on the shared mat.
Yeah,
you know?
and that irks me as well, Neil. Like to see their barefoot just stepping all over the floor, and some of them actually smell a little bit.
Yeah, and also, this woman, I don't want to pick on this woman, but she has earphones on, the iPods.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know that not only is she barefooted, right, and we're walking around with dumbbells and things, when she really stretches over... certain parts of her body make noises, and she doesn't even know because she's got the pods on.
Now, we'll get to that later in just a bit, okay? So unless there's specific cases, Neil, unless you're in a deadlift zone or yoga studio where rules there does state that you can go barefoot.
Correct.
Okay, unless you're there, okay, don't go barefoot at all. It's unhygienic. It's potentially a hazard if someone drops a weight on you. So please, do yourself a favor and do the rest of the world a favor.
Absolutely.
Okay, second point. Respect personal space. Okay, I don't know if it's so much about you. It might apply to you because your gym is quite small, right? So here's the thing. The gym isn't exactly a social experiment. You don't want to just hover around someone while they're doing their set, right? And it can get like a little bit like this, especially if people are using the same weight. Say, for example, the dumbbell section. because there's only so many dumbbells to go around, right? And you would think that a lot of people would just crowd around the same area and hoping to wait for the next person to finish up their set so they could use the weight. But you don't want to step in the way of their workout because that might cause them to unintentionally move in ways where it could endanger you or themselves, right? So you want to give people the right space, enough breathing room, especially when they're just under a barbell or swinging kettlebells around.
That's a really good point, because even in my small gym, you know those, I don't know what you call them, those like pyramids where they stack all the dumbbells.
Yes.
The dumbbell stack pyramid thing, right?
Yep.
And it goes from light weights to heavy weights at the bottom. I've had people behind me, and I didn't know they were behind me because I also have the iPods on, right?
Yep.
And you know what it's like. If you grab a dumbbell out halfway, you're going to swing it backwards.
Exactly.
And so if you catch them in the wrong place,
If you hit them in the leg or anywhere else,
or anywhere else,
matter.
they're never having kids.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Exactly. So give people space. I would say just follow that what was that rule that we had during COVID?
1 meter? What, the 1
No,
meter
there's
rule?
that thing, personal space. Is that what it's called?
I forgot
I can't
now.
remember what I called it. But yes, anyways, yes, please have some spatial awareness. Understand that you're not the only one in the gym. And at the end of the day, there are people around you that may be swinging weights around in ways that you may not exactly expect.
And the wonderful Doreen agrees. She says wearing shoes while on the exercise mat and not cleaning it after using.
Oh my goodness, don't even get me started on that.
100% agree.
Unhygienic. So please, all right? Okay, third one.
Yes.
This one you're going to like. Noise levels
Yes.
and grunts, Neil.
Yeah.
Noise level can be anything from someone screaming, ah, like that, or farts.
Yeah.
That's a bit personal, but...
Yeah. I mean, there's this woman, she takes her shoes off and let's rip. I don't want to see it or hear it.
Okay. I mean, it happens sometimes if you're getting too intense, right?
Yeah.
And your body just let loose. Well, that's understandable, I guess. But grunts are the thing that I'm not exactly very picky on. But if you do it unnecessarily because you just, I don't know, maybe you want to show dominance or something, then let's just tone it down a little bit, right? Grunts, loud drops, blasting music without headphones. This is not a space for you to just let loose, right? After all, it's a shared space and it all adds up.
Correct.
So save the live updates for the locker room, not for the leg press, and just do what you need to do and stop bothering people by making a lot of noise. It's not a fish market after all.
Couldn't agree more, my friend.
Right.
I could not agree more.
So people come to focus on their workouts. If they're constantly hearing someone going like, "Arr, arr," like this, it can get a bit distracting.
And it
right?
gets irritating, let's
does.
be honest.
Yeah.
It's very much sort of alpha male nonsense, you know.
I mean, if it's like, something a little bit casual, if you're like trying to lift a weight and it goes like this,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine,
fine,
of course.
But at the end of the day, you just need to be cognizant about the people around you.
I don't even think it's a power thing. I think a lot of it is performative. That they want to show off. They want you to hear them, or they want you to see how much weight you're lifting.
Well, yeah, perhaps that might be the case. But yes, noise level, they do matter. Okay, next one, Neil, and it's something similar to what we've talked about before, but with a slight twist. Do not socialize on equipments. Okay, and what do I mean by this? Chatting with friends while moving away from the machines and just assuming that that machine is yours to take for the next 10 hours.
Yeah.
That is not fair to the
While
other
you
users.
scroll through your phone.
Exactly, right? I mean, there are people out there who just want to go into the gym, clock in like a good 30 minutes workout, and just get out of it.
That's me.
Yeah, right? So get it done, and don't bother them by hogging the machines and just, waiting or allowing people to wait for you just because you want to, stop and talk about your day, right? So essentially, if you block a squat rack or a bench while catching up with life, that is just being irresponsible, right? So people might be waiting silently behind you. Some of them might have, social anxiety. So they might find it a little bit intimidating to approach you. So once you're done with your set, get a move on and just... Yes, allow people to use the machines.
A hard agree.
Okay, I've got one more, but I've got a bonus one later, okay? The last one I have today is it's a point of where you should be working in the gym. There's specific places for you to do specific exercises, right? Don't do curls at a squat rack, right? Say, for example, you're using a machine. Do you need to use the dumbbells there? I don't think
that's
so.
a good one.
Right? Because, yes, the machines do have a bench for you to lie down and to perform certain actions. But do you really need to use the machine when someone else would need to use the function of the machines there? And all you're doing is just bringing the dumbbells over when you could use another bench that's like a good, 50 meters away from that other equipment.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the counter would be many folks listening who don't use big gyms, maybe condo gyms or CC gyms. What if there's only one of everything? Because in the past I have done that. If the free bench, bench that you use, if that's being occupied and nobody's using, say, the leg curl machine,
okay,
I might sit on that to do a quick dumbbell thing. But I certainly don't use it if someone's there.
That's a good point that you raised, Neil. At the end of the day, you need to think of the circumstances. You need to think of the environment. Is it crowded? If it is, then maybe doing it there may not be the most appropriate of things to do, right? If it is empty, you're the only soul there, then fine, so be it, right? Just make sure that you don't damage the things around you. Because when you drop the dumbbells, you may end up even, damaging the other equipment if you let it just fall off, without controlling the weight, right? So this is fairly universal to gyms or public gyms out there, right? Where people are constantly using the squat rack, right? And we've got like some individuals finding themselves using the squat rack, the barbell of the squat rack to curl, right? And that's a little bit selfish because there is another segment of the gym where you could actually perform that curl.
Correct.
And to my point, I feel like that's a little bit of an ego lift.
Yep.
To show everyone that, oh, look, I can carry a huge barbell with my biceps like that. So please, if you're curling or doing anything else, and if you're not the only one there, okay, the squat rack could easily be done elsewhere, okay? Right? People need to use the squat rack for a reason. So allow them to perform their exercises at the right spot. And if you want to do your biceps, there are many machines out there for you. Okay, I've got one last point, and this connects to a new trend that's been picking up, Neil.
Oh,
what are some new workouts that you've been seeing taking the world by storm?
Oh, I don't know. You're the expert on that. I'm pretty old school.
CrossFit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
High rocks.
Yes.
Okay, this is a little bit personal, all right? And I feel that for me, when I go to the gym, I go there to perform specific exercises at the specific machines, and the walkway that we get is not usually very spacious. It's quite narrow, and we need to have that amount of space for people to perform their workouts.
Yep.
My gripe is that people perform their CrossFit workouts there. So they start jumping around, they start flaring their arms, or they start swinging their bodies around. That is the one thing that gets me.
And me, all of which you can do outside. If
Thank you.
I know they'll say, oh, air conditioning. Well, don't be a wuss.
No. And plus, I guess if you don't have the equipment for it, well, then find a bigger space rather than have to crowd with everyone else who is swinging 50 kg weights around you, and you're just trying to squeeze in every little spot right there. Okay, so at the end of the day, in summary, there are a lot of other gym etiquettes out there we haven't already covered, but it's pretty simple to follow. There's usually a rule book for you to follow at the entrance of the gym. So just read it before you start. Be courteous, and of course, be aware of your surroundings. At the end of the day, these are the 5 points I'm going to reiterate. Proper footwear is important. Respect personal space. Noise level is important as well. And don't socialize on equipments. And of course, finally, do not do the inappropriate exercises on machines or spaces that are not meant to be. Okay? So that being said, I guess the next trip to the gym, Neil, would be hopefully a bit courteous or a little bit better. And you can educate some of the young ones out there who may be performing in the wrong form or maybe in the wrong wear.
Couldn't agree more, my friend. I thought that was very mature.
Yeah.
Very well explained.
Yeah.
And the next time I see someone wearing a pair of Crocs,
call the security guard.
In the gym, I'm going to say politely what you said.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, I'm dropping a dumbbell on their big toe.
Let me know how it goes. And that's all we have for Thank Fitness. It's Friday.
Money FM 89.3.